So today we are going to learn this memory technique called MMN, Memory Module Network. So these are the rules that you must follow throughout this class. Have your book ready, head with date and heading. The heading being MMN, Memory Module Network. And when you see this symbol, you are required to write the notes from the contents of the slide that you see. However, uh, if you think that you need to write down a certain slide for better understanding, then you are free to do so. So why do I need MMN? Well, most spoken English courses teach grammar with rules and syntax and sometimes even how to translate, but we don't remember all of those. And again, as kids, we pick up sentence structures and remember them as we keep listening the same sentences often. However, MMN supplements the same technique to you so that you can actually remember the sentences being taught to you throughout the class. And also, this technique is not just a memory technique, it's a sentence formation technique that shall help you frame your own sentences later. So these are the rules that you must follow. Okay. Before we get started, this ये जो order आप यहाँ देख रहे हैं, this is the usual order school में parts of speech पढ़ाते हैं. They teach noun, adjective, pronoun, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Okay. Nothing wrong with this order, but we are trying to do a different way of learning the parts of speech. We are trying to do something called as grouping of for parts of speech. ओके, ग्रुपिंग इज हम एक ग्रुप बनाते हैं कि ये तीन इस एक ग्रुप में जाएंगे, या ये तीन एक ग्रुप में, या ये तीन एक ग्रुप में. वो कौन से ग्रुप में जाएगा, एक रूल्स है. वो जो जितने भी किस्म के रूल्स हैं वो हम सीखेंगे. दोज आर द एमएमएन रूल्स दैट वी विल कवर टुडे. ओके, सो एमएमएन रूल्स का वो जो ग्रुपिंग का कॉन्सेप्ट है उसको बोलते हैं बाइंडर कॉन्सेप्ट. Okay, so what is binder? Instead of having 8 parts of speech like what you see here, we have only 3 groups. So the 3 groups are either you have a noun binder, or you have an adjective binder, or you have a verb binder. So what do you mean by binder? This is a common doubt that generally everyone has, right? What is binder? So binder is nothing but, the word binder means join. Okay, so bind is join. So binder is basically a word that usually joins with a noun, or joins with an adjective, or joins with a verb. So there are some set of particular words which will always come with a noun, or it will always come with an adjective, or it will always come with a verb. और ऐसा भी बोल सकते हैं कि whenever those binders come, definitely there will be a noun or an adjective or an adverb. Okay, so those are called noun binders, adjective binders, and verb binders. Okay, you may want to write this slide since you see this symbol. Next slide. Here we'll discuss binders in great detail. So what I'm trying to say here is कि एक बाइंडर जब आता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल देखिए नॉन बाइंडर, विल डायरेक्टली गो हियर, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड बेटर. एक नॉन बाइंडर, सपोज फॉर एग्जाम्पल वर्ड्स लाइक ए एंड द ऑफ है. ओके, तो इसका मतलब जब भी एक वर्ड ए आएगा उसके बाद एक नाउन जरूर आएगा. एन आएगा तो इसका मतलब एक नाउन आएगा, द आएगा तो नाउन आएगा, ऑफ आया तो नाउन आएगा. तो हम बोलते हैं कि ए एंड द ऑफ नॉन बाइंडर है, क्योंकि इस ये जब भी ये आएंगे नाउन आएगा, या नाउन के बाद ये आ सकता है, समथिंग लाइक दैट, और बोथ. ओके, so these words are non binders. Did you understand now? Okay, तो similarly verb binders. verb binders क्या होता है? फॉर एग्जाम्पल adverbs है या to है, तो जब भी to आया उसके बाद एक verb आ सकता है. जब भी adverbs आएंगे उसके साथ verb आ सकता है, और आएगा जरूर, क्योंकि verb के बिना adverb कैसा. ओके, ये तो ऐसा हुआ, राइट? सो noun binders and verb binders. So this is how the concept of binder is. Like, some words will come with nouns, then we call them noun binders. Some word will usually come with a verb, so we call them as verb binders. The same goes for adjective. Okay, mostly we have many noun binders, we have only 2 verb binders, and we have only 1 adjective binder. So most of our MMN technique is built around the non binder concept. ठीक है, So this is how you should dedicate a separate page for these rules. So these are the rules. What you see here is MMN rules. That's all. इस यही हम सीखने वाले हैं. ओके इससे ज़्यादा आगे कुछ नहीं है, यही हम सीखने वाले हैं. तो ये जो भी हम सीखेंगे आपको ये एक सेपरेट शीट ऑफ द पेपर में लिखना होगा. मीन्स वी विल लर्न वन बाय वन. जैसे कि जब हम ए एंड द डिस्कस करेंगे तो आप नॉन बाइंडर के नीचे लिखेंगे ए एंड द. जब मैं एडजेक्टिव के बारे में डिस्कस करूंगा तब आप ये सेपरेट शीट में आएंगे और लिखेंगे एडजेक्टिव. तो वन बाय वन में जब डिस्कस करते जाऊंगा आप वन बाय वन लिखते जाएंगे उधर. ठीक है. ओके अभी आप बस ये लिखिए नॉन नॉन बाइंडर्स लिखिए, वर्ब बाइंडर्स एंड एडजेक्टिव बाइंडर्स. ओके सिर्फ ऐसा हेडिंग बना के लिखिए. यू डोंट हैव टू फिल इट नेसेसरीली. ओके मैं बोलूंगा जब लिखने के लिए आप वहाँ ए वन बाय वन हम लिखते जा सकते हैं. नॉट डिफरेंट पेज में, जस्ट इन वन पेज. दिस इज हाउ इट शुड लुक. ये जो बॉक्स देख रहे हैं यही बॉक्स आपको एक पेज में रहना चाहिए. लेट मी नो व्हेन यू आर डन. ओके सो फर्स्ट वन नॉन बाइंडर में हम सीखेंगे आर्टिकल्स. क्यों आर्टिकल्स? क्योंकि यहाँ हमने देखा ना ए एंड द आर्टिकल्स. ओके सो वी आर गोइंग टू डू आर्टिकल्स. ओके सो व्हाट डज इट मीन? इसका मतलब जब भी ए एंड द आएगा नाउन आएगा. वही है ना नॉन बाइंडर का कॉन्सेप्ट. ओके तो ये यहाँ देखो ए कार, द प्रिंस, एन अफर्मेशन. ओके ये शन आया तो ये नाउन है. ये तो हम नाउन वी लर्न दिस इन पार्ट्स ऑफ स्पीच राइट. So these all are nouns. So can I confirm now that whenever you get article, you will definitely get a noun beside it, right? Okay. So what we will do now is we will further see these examples better. So when I say a car or the prince or an affirmation, I can actually add some words in between like this, like a blue car, the charming prince, or an cordial affirmation. Okay so in this case if you see we are telling ki after a noun aayega, but here what happened, we got car here. Okay and there was something in between. So what does this mean is although the noun does not follow immediately, it shall come eventually following the article. ठीक है. Also note here all the articles come with nouns. सबको noun है, a को भी noun है, the को भी noun है, इसको भी noun है, but the nouns will have their own adjectives. So what I can say is an adjective is also acting like a binder. Okay because यहाँ क्या हुआ, a भी कार को ही आया और blue भी कार को ही आया ना. So and I can also say an adjective is a noun binder. So if you immediately do not see the noun following like here, the next word in most cases will be the adjective then by the noun. Means like this, like a के बाद immediately कार नहीं आया पर कार ही आया actually. तो पर immediately जो वो आया तो वो maximum एक adjective होगा. So therefore the rule is these are the compound rules. So these are the rules that you will actually write in another set of paper. Okay article और noun आ सकता है right. इसको हम बोलते हैं amendment segment. Okay what do you mean by an amendment segment is, and an amendment segment is actually the rules that we are going to discuss. For example in a big sentence if you see an article, that means that article will have a noun and we will join the article and noun and say that this is a segment of the entire sentence. What segment? An amendment segment. Sometimes you can get an article and adjective and noun like this, just like what we are seeing here, right? Then we say that article and noun, article ko actually noun aaya par adjective also came. So this entirely we say is another kind of amendment segments that are possible. Okay so right, so let us come back. So now come back to the page where you actually have written noun binders, verb binders, and adjective binders, and I want you to write a and the as noun binders. Okay. If you think you want to write this, you may write this. Do you want something to be written from here? I think you might as well write yes. Take whatever you want and just write in your notes. Let me know when you're done. Okay, nice. So come back to the rules page and just write A and the under non-binders.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. So non-binder. So I say the adjective is also a non-binder. Okay.
Yeah,
Let us see some examples. Like see, look at these nouns. Okay.
yeah,
Now these nouns, like hunger, boy, development, kindness, they all come with an adjective. Like if you can see below here, like severe hunger, good boy, quick development, tender kindness. Now the words that you see in blue वो सब adjective हैं क्योंकि वो noun के बारे में बता रहे हैं.
okay,
और adjective का definition भी तो यही है ना कि वो noun के बारे में बताएंगे.
okay,
तो जो एक adjective खाली अपने आप तो नहीं आ सकता, एक noun होना चाहिए.
okay,
Obviously, right?
yes,
इसीलिए हम एक adjective और noun को एक MMN segment की तरह बताते हैं.
okay,
Okay, adjective and noun
yes,
is an MMN segment. Okay,
okay,
और मतलब कभी कभी like okay, you can see here also, sometimes you can get pronouns. कौन सा वाला pronoun? Pronoun to वाला pronouns, like
yes,
my boy, his hunger, their
okay,
development, her kindness. So the words are again the same nouns that we used before,
okay,
same यही nouns है, पर हमको आया pronoun to, right?
okay,
तो मैं ये भी कह सकता हूँ कि द प्रोनाउंस, मतलब ये जो प्रोनाउन टू जो हमने सीखा पार्ट्स ऑफ स्पीच प्रोनाउन में, कि जब भी ये प्रोनाउंस आएंगे, माई, यू, हिज, हर, देयर, आर, इट्स, इसके बाद भी एक नाउन लग सकता है. तो इसका मतलब है कि प्रोनाउन टू भी एक नॉन बाइंडर है. ओके. सो तो हम अब आएंगे द रूल्स पेज में और लिखेंगे कि एक एडजेक्टिव भी एक नॉन बाइंडर है और प्रोनाउन भी नॉन बाइंडर है. और अगर आपको सेगमेंट्स लिखना है तो आप लिख सकते हैं कि एडजेक्टिव एंड नाउन एक एमएमएन सेगमेंट है, उसी तरह प्रोनाउन टू और नाउन भी एक सेगमेंट है. इफ यू वांट यू कैन राइट दिस, राइट? ओके. So have you written this adjective and pronoun under noun binders? Okay. तो नेक्स्ट हमें कंपाउंड एमएमएन रूल्स. कंपाउंड एमएमएन रूल्स का मतलब है कि इसमें एक एक सेगमेंट और दूसरा सेगमेंट के रूल्स एक ही साथ आ जाते हैं.
okay,
जैसे कि देखो, कार है, कार नाउन है, तो कार को मैं बोल सकता हूँ माई कार. माई आ सकता है क्योंकि वो प्रोनाउन टू है. पर अब मैं बोलता हूँ माई ब्लू कार, तो इसमें क्या हुआ, एक एक प्रोनाउन और एडजेक्टिव तो दोनों एक साथ आ गए, और दोनों ये नाउन को ही आए हैं, अलग अलग नहीं है. तो ये my blue car is actually, when we say by MMN segments, it means that entire set of words must be treated as a single word. तो मैं 3 वर्ड्स नहीं देख रहा हूं कि my अलग है, blue और car. my blue car एक ही वर्ड है, एक ही शब्द है. I'll treat it like that. So when I treat it like that, क्या होता है, मैं पढ़ता भी my blue car, मैं देखता हूँ एक ब्लू कार मेरे दिमाग में, और वो मेरा ब्लू कार है, मैं वो भी देख रहा हूँ. जब मैं बोलता हूँ माई ब्लू कार, मेरे दिमाग में ये छवि, ये जो पिक्चर उभर के आती है, एक कार है जो ब्लू कलर है, वो मेरी है, मैं ये सब देख रहा हूँ वो कार में. ओके. तो एमएमएन एक मेमोरी टेक्निक भी बोलते हैं, एक सेंटेंस फॉर्मेशन टेक्निक भी इसलिए बोलते हैं क्योंकि इससे हम जिस तरह हम एक सेंटेंस को देखते हैं, एक पैटर्न है, वो पैटर्न को जब हम समझ लेंगे तो रीडिंग, अंडरस्टैंडिंग, रिमेंबरिंग, ट्रांसलेशन एंड स्पीकिंग, विच इज नथिंग बट सेंटेंस फॉर्मेशन, इजी हो जाता है. ओके. तो कंपाउंड रूल्स में ये बताते हैं कि सिर्फ एडजेक्टिव नाउन या प्रोनाउन नाउन के बजाय प्रोनाउन और नाउन और एडजेक्टिव पूरे मिलके एक साथ भी आ सकते हैं, इस तरह जैसे कि माई ब्लू कार, या यहाँ देखिए माई सीवियर हंगर. ओके. और यहाँ देखिए आवर गुड केयर. सो केयर इज द नाउन, गुड इज एडजेक्टिव, बट आई कैन से आवर गुड केयर. सो प्रोनाउन एडजेक्टिव नाउन इज अ कंपाउंड एमएमएन सेगमेंट. ओके. जहां आप एमएमएन सेगमेंट्स का लिस्ट बना रहे हैं, वहां आप ये ऐड कर सकते हैं कि एक प्रोनाउन, एडजेक्टिव और नाउन भी एक सेगमेंट हो सकता है.
okay,
Right?
yes,
So are you understanding so far?
yes,
Okay. So it will get exciting, as we do more. अब ये देखो, sometimes you can combine like an article, adjective and noun, like जैसे कि lion है. So you don't just say lion, you say a lion or the lion. So यहाँ the lion है. I can also say the fierce lion.
okay,
Okay. So the fierce lion में क्या हुआ, fierce भी lion को आया और the भी lion को आया. एक आर्टिकल आया और एक एडजेक्टिव भी आया है. ओके, सिमिलरली बुक है. सो बुक, ए बुक, लाइक एन इंफॉर्मेटिव बुक. सो यहाँ एन इंफॉर्मेटिव एडजेक्टिव हो गया. सिमिलरली ये डायरेक्टली देख लें, द इमीडिएट एनरोलमेंट. तो मैं ये इमीडिएट, द इमीडिएट एनरोलमेंट इज जस्ट लाइक वन वर्ड टू मी. एन इंफॉर्मेटिव बुक इज जस्ट लाइक वन वर्ड. The fierce line is again just like one word. So when you read these amendment segments, okay, we're not reading words anymore. We are reading a segment, right? जब हम एक segment को read करते हैं तो समझना भी एक word की तरह है कि the fierce line, आपको एक lion जो fierce है और वो दिख गया आपको. आपको एक, आप एक book नहीं देख रहे हैं, आप एक informative book देख रहे हैं. आप immediate enrollment की बात कर रहे हैं, आप just enrollment की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं. So you know, this is how you should condition your mind and train your mind going forward to see a group of words which will fall under MMN rules as an MMN segment and treat them as one word. Okay, so these are the segments that we have learned so far, right? Right? We can have an article noun, or we can have an adjective noun, or a pronoun noun. Compound rules में article adjective noun आ सकता है या pronoun adjective noun आ सकता है. Okay, pronoun article नहीं आ सकता. Like we can't say the my car. Okay, I can't say this, but I can say the blue car, or I can also say my blue car. Okay, so these are possible. Okay, so I mean, this is not really necessary for me to mention, which is understandable. Okay, if you want to write really the segments separately, like as you see in this list here, you may write. Okay, already written. Chalo then. Those who want to write may pause the video and write, but I'm going forward here. Okay, so example, ये एक sentence है, right? Okay, look at this sentence here. The quick rabbit emerged from the bushes. So what we have to do when you read a sentence like this is catch the noun and immediately look for the binders. ये एक binder है, क्विक एडजेक्टिव है, ये भी बाइंडर है. तो इसका मतलब है कि मैं रैबिट को नहीं देख रहा हूं, मैं क्विक रैबिट को देख रहा हूं. तो अब से हम रैबिट को देखना बंद करेंगे और क्विक रैबिट को देखना शुरू करेंगे. That is MMN. You must train your eyes to see the quick rabbit as one word. Okay? Got it now? Okay. So few more examples. Okay? Look at here. The Chinese army invaded the frontiers. It's a very nice sentence. Our national flag must be respected. Their humble support evoked a better response. Now, if you see, I'll just go for the nouns first. Okay, I got the nouns. Okay, this part of the sentences we are not discussing yet. We will get to there as we do MMN progressively. Now, as I got these nouns, my first job is to look for binders. और मैं ऐसा भी कर सकता हूँ कि मैंने आवर देखा और देर देखा, ये नॉन बाइंडर्स है, इसका मतलब है इसको एक नाउन आएगा, तो और वो नाउन है सपोर्ट और यहाँ नाउन है फ्लैग. Okay, so that means now you must train your eyes to read like this. The Chinese army, see, I read it like one word. See, the Chinese army. If I don't see it as an MMN segment, sometimes we break it and read like the Chinese army invaded the frontiers. You see, you read wrong. You saw wrong, so you read wrong, and most possibly you're going to remember wrong, and maybe you'll never actually speak properly. Just because you don't lack the knowledge of MMN. Okay, so most of the communication will happen better if you have an ability to remember the right pattern for the right sentences. What you can remember is what you can talk. Okay, so that is what MMN is. The Chinese army is one part, is one word. Our national flag is one word. Their humble support is again one word. All right. Okay, so back to MMN rules. Okay, so this time we're gonna learn the rules comma and off. Matlab comma as in the comma, and then we're gonna look at off. Okay, so look at, consider here, I'm just gonna start with John. Okay, so what is, and see how I am going to add binders below and make it this big.
Can you just go back the amendment rule?
Yes. Is it here?
No, I'll go back. The table.
The table, right?
First,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So we're going to finish this and then we will add this here.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay, fine, fine.
So that's why I said, let's come back to MM rules. Because,
Yeah, yeah,
okay. So shall I continue?
yeah.
Okay. So I'm back here. Okay. Now what I'm trying to say is, मैं John एक noun से शुरू करूंगा. इसको मैं इतना बड़ा बनाऊंगा.
Okay,
तो ये मैं कैसे बनाऊंगा आप देखिए. ओके.
yes,
तो पहले जॉन. जॉन एक नाउन है.
yes.
तो अब से आप एक आदत डालो कि जब भी आप नाउन देखते हैं तो उसको नाउन बाइंडर्स लगा दो बड़ा बनाने के लिए.
Okay,
तो मैं एडजेक्टिव लगा सकता हूँ, मैं प्रोनाउन लगा सकता हूँ, या मैं एडजेक्टिव लगा सकता हूँ. एक नाउन को खाली छोड़ना नहीं चाहिए. तो मैं
okay.
क्या करता हूँ, मैं जॉन को गुड बना दिया, जॉन को सिंसियर भी बना दिया और जॉन को पोलाइट भी बना दिया.
Mhm.
अब ये थ्री क्वालिटीज को एक ही साथ बोलूंगा तो मैं क्या करूंगा, गुड, सिंसियर एंड पोलाइट
John.
John. So all the three words came for John.
John. Okay,
Since there are three words, since it's a list, we are using comma and.
okay.
Right?
Yes,
You understood why comma and came now?
yeah.
Okay. Now, so comma and generally एक लिस्ट के लिए आता है.
Okay,
और लास्ट आइटम से पहले हम and बोलते हैं.
okay.
Right? This is a very general rule we have been taught in schools.
Yeah.
Now, कॉमा एंड जनरली जब आएगा इसका मतलब है वो इंडिकेट कर रहा है कि हमारे आसपास एक नाउन है या बहुत सारे नाउन्स है.
Okay,
जैसे कि मैं बोल सकता हूँ बॉय, गर्ल एंड मैन,
okay,
द गुड बॉय, द क्लेवर गर्ल एंड द वाइज मैन.
okay,
ऐसा भी मैं ऐड कर सकता हूँ. मैंने सिर्फ एडजेक्टिव ऐड किया है हर एक नाउन को.
okay.
ओके. और
Yeah.
इन तीन नाउन्स के लिए कॉमा और एंड आया है.
Okay,
इसी तरह अब यहाँ देखो, कॉमा एंड की बात तो आप समझ चुके हैं. अभी हम ऑफ लगा के देखते हैं. तो
yeah.
ऑफ की खासियत ये है कि जब भी ऑफ आएगा, ऑफ के लेफ्ट साइड में और राइट साइड में जरूर नाउन रहेगा.
Okay,
शायद नजदीक ही ना सही, थोड़ा दूर आएगा, पर इसका मतलब है वो दो नाउन्स तो ऑफ को ही आ रहे हैं, शायद बीच में बाइंडर्स हो सकते हैं.
Mhm.
जैसे कि यहाँ ये देखिए, समझ में आएगा. अब एक्चुअली तो ये है जॉन है.
Mhm.
अभी बताता हूँ, ये जॉन है,
Mhm.
ये ऑफ है
Mhm.
और ये स्कूल है.
Mhm.
So the basic skeleton of this segment is John of school.
Okay.
जॉन को पोलाइट आ गया, स्कूल को एलिमेंट्री आ गया.
Mhm.
एलिमेंट्री एज इन दे वेर द टीच ओनली लोअर स्टैंडर्ड्स.
Okay.
ओके. एंड देन आया कम्युनिटी. मतलब कम्युनिटी में जो छोटा स्कूल है जो सिर्फ फिफ्थ क्लास तक पढ़ाता है या थर्ड क्लास तक पढ़ाता है.
Mhm.
ओके. तो आपको जब ये सेंटेंस को कैसे, ये सेगमेंट को याद कैसे करते हैं, इट्स वेरी सिंपल. हमको पहले नाउन्स को टारगेट करना चाहिए.
Mhm.
तो मैं यहाँ नाउन्स देखा, मैंने जॉन देखा और मैंने स्कूल देखा, और मैं बाइंडर देखने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ और मुझे ऑफ दिख गया.
Mhm.
और मुझे ये पता है कि ऑफ आएगा तो नाउन ऑफ नाउन, लेफ्ट में नाउन राइट में नाउन जरूर आएगा.
Okay.
इसलिए मैं बोलता हूँ कि जॉन ऑफ स्कूल.
Okay.
बेसिकली वहां है जॉन ऑफ स्कूल.
Okay.
जॉन कैसा जॉन है, एक पोलाइट जॉन है.
Okay.
और स्कूल कैसा स्कूल है, कम्युनिटी एलिमेंट्री स्कूल है.
Okay.
तो पोलाइट जॉन ऑफ कम्युनिटी एलिमेंटरी स्कूल.
Cool.
तो ना व्हाट, जब आप पढ़ रहे हैं तो आप एक पिक्चर देखिए जिसमें जॉन है, वो स्कूल में है, वो एक पोलाइट जॉन है. आप वो भी देखिए. और वो कौन से स्कूल में है, कम्युनिटी एलिमेंट्री स्कूल में है. क्या आप जब पढ़ रहे हैं आप ये सब देखें आपके माइंड में, आप एक पिक्चर बनाइए. जैसा पढ़ रहे हैं आप एक पिक्चर बनाइए,
Mhm.
द पोलाइट जॉन ऑफ कम्युनिटी एलिमेंट्री स्कूल. जब आप ऐसा एक ये पूरा एक सेगमेंट है.
Okay.
क्योंकि फर्स्ट सेगमेंट क्या है, जॉन ऑफ स्कूल है, और उसको मैं बाइंडर लगाता हूं तो भी वो एक ही सेगमेंट है.
Mhm.
तो एक सेगमेंट को एक ही सांस में पढ़ते हैं और उसी तरह उसका पिक्चर बनाते हैं, समझने की कोशिश करते हैं. और जब हम अपने मेमोरी से बोलते हैं तो उसी प्रकार बोलना चाहिए, पोलाइट जॉन ऑफ कम्युनिटी एलिमेंट्री स्कूल.
Okay.
ओके, इट्स लाइक
Yeah.
दैट. गॉट इट बडी?
Yeah.
Okay, so going back here to the rules page, I am adding and, comma and off.
Okay.
हो गया. Nice. Next, this is very interesting. Okay, preposition. Preposition is very interesting part of the noun binders.
Okay.
Okay, क्योंकि preposition की खासियत ये है कि हम एक सेगमेंट को अनेक बार बढ़ाते जा सकते हैं
Okay.
with the help of preposition. Okay. For example, what is preposition? Preposition is a noun binder, and what does that mean? That whenever you see a preposition, you will definitely get a noun on the right side.
Okay.
Okay, like for example, see in is a preposition,
हाँ,
along, across,
हाँ,
for, near, all these words are prepositions.
हाँ,
ये सब हमने prepositions जब पढ़े थे तब सीखा है, right?
हाँ,
ओके अभी देखिए इन के बाद आया रूम
हाँ,
और ए बाइंडर आया तो मैं बोलता हूँ कि ये इन अ रूम, along the road, across the river, for the development, near the temple, ये सब क्या आया? प्रिपोजिशन आया और उसके बाद नाउन आया तो मैं बोलता हूँ कि ये एक सेगमेंट है।
प्रीपोजिशन आया उससे नाउन भी आया ना, आर्टिकल भी आया ना।
हाँ वो तो नाउन का बाइंडर है ना।
ओके, हाँ,
सी नाउन के लिए बहुत सारे बाइंडर्स है
ओके,
और कंपाउंड रूल्स में तो हम वही तो सीखा है ना कि बाइंड एक ही साथ दो दो बाइंडर्स भी आ सकते हैं
हाँ, हाँ, हाँ,
तो वही हो रहा है इधर।
हाँ, हाँ,
तो इसलिए बोला प्रिपोजिशन के इमीडिएटली तो नाउन नहीं आएगा, शायद थोड़े हटके आएगा और बीच में जो भी आएगा इसका मतलब है वो नॉन बाइंडर ही होगा।
ओके,
मैं सिर्फ इनर रूम नहीं बोल सकता हूँ, मैं बोलता हूँ इन माई डार्क रूम भी बोल सकता हूँ। तो मैंने यहाँ प्रोनाउन बाइंडर भी लगा दिया और एडजेक्टिव बाइंडर भी लगा दिया, पर देखता हूँ ये सेगमेंट को प्रोनाउन और नाउन वाला सेगमेंट, प्रिपोजिशन नाउन वाला सेगमेंट ही देखता हूँ।
ओके,
शायद बीच में एडजेक्टिव आया, शायद बीच में प्रोनाउन टू आया, मैं बोलता हूँ कि ये तो एक प्रिपोजिशन नाउन सेगमेंट है क्योंकि बाइंडर कहाँ से शुरू हुआ? बाइंडर प्रिपोजिशन से शुरू हुआ और नाउन को बाइंड हुआ, बीच में जो भी आए वो कनेक्टर्स बोलते हैं।
ओके,
तो यहाँ ए कनेक्टर है, द कनेक्टर है, बाइंडर है ये भी पर ये कनेक्टर वाला बाइंडर है, ये है मेन बाइंडर। ओके ये है मेन बाइंडर क्योंकि नॉन बाइंडर बोलते हैं तो नाउन को किसने जोड़ा? प्रिपोजिशन ने नाउन को जोड़ा, राइट? बीच में जो भी है वो कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं बस। हाँ हालांकि वो भी नाउन के साथ आ रहे हैं पर वो सिर्फ कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं। So we will definitely call it a preposition noun segment only, no matter even if they have any kind of other noun binders as connectors.
ओके,
All right. Okay. So next noun binder is preposition. Preposition is usually followed by a noun, if not immediately, at least after a binder. Now, like see here, like in, along, across, for, near. These all are the prepositions that we have learnt in prepositions, right? Right. So if you see a preposition, you will get a noun here, 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 and here. Now they're usually followed by a noun, right?
yes,
Okay. Now that is a usual case, but sometimes you can have compound rules where the noun itself can get different binders. Like see in ko aya actually the noun is room, but room can have multiple binders. Similarly, along you have actually road, but the and wide are article and adjective binders for road. So, so we actually say this is the starting and this is the binder, non-binder for along, and these are the connectors for road. So this entire thing is actually one segment. Okay. Similarly, across the noun is river, and article and adjective are by connectors, right? So this to entirely is one segment. Okay. So for development, what kind of development? The fast development. So the entire segment is for the fast development. Okay. Similarly, near temple, it's near the temple or near a temple. So here in this case, it's near the old temple. So the possible segments out of preposition है, एक preposition आने के बाद noun आएगा, उसके बीच में हाँ article adjective आ सकता है, या preposition के बाद noun जिसको adjective लग सकता है. Also you can actually write this, which is pretty simple and obvious, like this. Okay, an article and a noun. Okay, write this and get back to me when you're done
okay.
and make it quick. We need to rush today.
तो previous slide को भी जाइए.
Okay.
हाँ,
They are basically the same. I have extended with the adjective and article examples. You can write these examples and just add this, therefore. Isliye I have written this.
okay. Done.
Okay, good. So sometimes we can get a pronoun binder also, like in my dark room. So actually in and room are the binders. My is a pronoun connector for room, and this is an adjective connector. Similarly, there, wide, are, deep, there, fast, and your and old. So the preposition is actually along, and the noun is road. Along road. What kind of road? Along there? Wide road. इसी तरह across river, right? Across river, हाँ, are deep river. So for their fast development, now that entirely is one segment, and that's how you should actually read and sound also. So near your old temple. Okay, so this is an additional segment. I mean, this is pretty much logically it follows, right? कि noun को जो भी binder लगेगा, like article हो सकता है, adjective हो सकता है, pronoun हो सकता है, या उनके compound binder हो सकता है. So basic rule तो ये है कि preposition के बाद noun आएगा या अनेक प्रकार के connectors आ सकते हैं. So this is the last combination we are dealing with: preposition, pronoun, and noun. That's all. You may write this. So now add prepositions to the list of noun binders. By the yeah, add preposition right under and comma off.
And come up to already लिखी है ना.
Add it below that.
हाँ हो गया.
Okay, right? Okay. So the next one is conjunction in the list, right? Okay, we're going to do conjunctions now. Okay. So what is a conjunction? A conjunction helps in joining nouns and sentences. Or usually they join two nouns or two sentences. Okay. So for example, look at the word and, which is a conjunction. Ram Ravi went to school. We don't usually say like this. We say Ram and Ravi went to school. So butter, milk are needed. So it is usually butter and milk are needed. Now since butter is a noun and milk is a noun, right? The two nouns are joined by and the nouns can get binders, right? So we can get bitter butter or we can get sweet milk. Okay, so bitter butter and sweet milk are needed. Similarly, development and persistence are needed. So development is a noun because you have meant. Persistence is also known because you have ends. Either ऐसा भी बोल सकते हैं या looking at and ही you can actually make out that this is a noun and this is a noun. Okay. Development and persistence are needed. Okay. So for this you can get connectors, and also here you can get connectors. The connectors are like fast development and sincere persistence are needed. Okay, so if you notice, and generally we use conjunctions as a hook. This is called a hook. That means Ram you underline. Well, let me show you like this. Hold on.
मैंने जैसे and is a conjunction.
And is a conjunction. So what you do is you actually underline Ram and you actually underline Ravi and you use a hook.
Okay.
When you do MMN, this is how you are actually supposed to do during the exercises, which we will do in the next part of MMN, right? So similarly, when you say fast development, now that's a noun. Sincere persistence is a single noun. Although it's made up of, we understand that it's adjective and noun pair, but still, एक ही noun की तरह we underline. Then we hook it like this.
Okay.
Okay. So every conjunction are usually hooked. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to write this?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, just write it quick. There's nothing much to write. You can just write the logic and write the sentences quick. Also, take the markings as I am doing wherever you see, and use the hook for conjunction. Okay, this is called a hook.
Okay.
Okay, good. So the next preposition will start with considering this basic sentence. He is sick. He rides cycle. Here two sentences. He is sick is a sentence. He rides cycle is also a sentence. Okay. Now he is sick and now see what did I do? I actually combined this sentence with this one using the word yes conjunction. So what I do when I do MMN, I usually now use a hook. So just to denote कि यहाँ तक एक sentence हो चुका है, यहाँ एक sentence हो चुका है और यहाँ दूसरा sentence है और ये दोनों are joined using and. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. So similarly, he is sick but he rides cycle. Though he is sick, yet he rides cycle. So though and yet are called compound conjunctions. Means two, the conjunction is made of two words. Okay.
Okay.
तो लॉजिक सेम है सब में कि
इसको कैसे पता चलेगा कि ये कंपाउंड कंजक्शन है, मतलब दो और यट रहेगा तो कंपाउंड कंजक्शन में
नहीं नहीं, दो yet साथ ही में आते हैं. Though he is sick, yet he rides cycle. Though he is poor, yet he spends money lot. So though yet come together. Therefore, it is called conjunction. Or if you don't like the idea of using though and yet like that, you can simply use the word although once, and that's enough. Although he is sick, he rides cycle. Bus. Okay. So these are the first set of conjunctions usually a child learns in school. Okay. The logic is used for similar kind of sentences like and, but, though, yet, although. Okay. So these are conjunctions. And if you notice for though and yet, we use dots. मतलब ये dot indicates that there is something that comes here और उसके बाद yet आएगा and then the rest of the sentence logic, the second sentence follows. Okay. So and, but, though, yet, although. Okay. Write it. Right as you see. You're writing all this under conjunctions, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're going to deal with second set of words. So, as, therefore, because, since. So the example sentence we're going to use is he is poor, he must work hard.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So he is poor, so he must work hard.
Okay.
As he is poor, he must work hard. He is poor, therefore he must work hard. Because he is poor, he must work hard. Now, if you notice, there are some conjunctions, although they're joining the two sentences, but they come in the starting mein aate hain. Okay, but still we understand that okay, this is a hook, like this is a hook, this is a hook, and again this is a hook. Okay, but this is first sentence, this is the second sentence. This is the first part, this is the second part. Similarly here and also here. यहाँ भी और यहाँ भी. Got it?
So he is poor and he must work hard. The different two different sentences joined by
So,
conjunction.
conjunction so.
So how is it? He is poor, so he must work hard.
So the actual using of MMN to segment a complete sentence we will do in the second part of MMN. Right now just focus on the segments. We are not अभी तक हम how in a sentence the entire segmentation happens that we have not learnt yet. मैं बस आपको अभी segments बता रहा हूँ. Okay, so just learn the segments for now. Okay. So you remember these words, right? As you're writing, ki and, but, though, yet, although, so, as, therefore, because, since. These all are conjunctions. Okay. So I'll just have a quick word with you. I'll give you words, and you have to identify whether it's a preposition or a conjunction.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
To.
Where?
To.
To.
Is it is it preposition or conjunction?
Preposition.
Okay. I'll just shoot the words. It's a rapid fire and you fast karna hai.
Can you give me 1 minute? Just 1 minute. Yeah.
Okay. Do we have a good connection now?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. You ready, right?
Yeah.
Okay. To.
It's a preposition.
Okay. Just say preposition. That's enough. Okay. In.
Preposition.
Out.
Preposition.
So.
Condition.
And.
Condition.
Therefore.
Condition.
But.
Condition.
Through.
Condition. Sorry. Preposition.
Okay. From.
From is a preposition.
Along.
Along preposition.
Never.
Never preposition.
No, never is an adverb. I didn't teach you yet. It's neither preposition, neither conjunction. It's an adverb. Okay. 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 If you don't see a word जो preposition में नहीं है या conjunction में है, that means it's an adverb. ठीक है. Okay. Anyway, I wouldn't ask an adverb, but I was just giving an Easter egg. So because
that is a conjunction.
okay. Since.
Conjunction.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Is since not a preposition?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
अच्छा Now go back to your notes and see preposition once.
So after preposition and conjunction.
Right? In set 2, you have actually since, past, upon, over. Okay? For, from, by, through,
Upon over.
since, past, upon, over. Okay? So what does that mean? It means that uh, since is both a preposition and conjunction. So kaisa, how to identify whether it's a preposition or conjunction? So now if you see, I haven't actually mentioned one sentence, so this is the sentence. Okay, since he is poor, he must work hard. Now here it's a connector, I mean it's a conjunction, right?
मतलब ये पास आएगा पूरा सेंटेंस में.
No, so the logic is like this: if since comes in a sentence telling about the time, then it's a preposition. It's a preposition for time. Since it's a preposition for time, it's not a position preposition, it's a time preposition. Okay. Usually it's a time or event preposition. Since 7 o'clock, since you came in, since he started teaching, these all are preposition wala since. When you see something like since he is poor, he must work hard, then that's a conjunction since. Got it?
Yes.
Hmm. So, conjunctions usually like these will act as um, hooks which will join two sentences. There are a few more conjunctions also which we'll learn eventually. Now, when conjunction join two sentences, we must consider segmentations for two sentences independently. Okay. So matlab, when you're doing MMN segments, you have to do it for the first sentence and you have to do it for the second sentence. So for example, now these are the sentences like he is sick and he rides cycle. He is sick but he rides cycle. Though he is sick yet he rides cycle. So the parts that you see underlined, मतलब वो एक sentence है. ठीक है, तो वो सेंटेंस को हम अलग अलग करते हैं MMN segmentation. Okay, similarly here, like so, as, therefore, because, since, we treat this as sentence 1, this as sentence 2. Sentence 1 को segments करते, sentence 2 को भी segments करते. Okay, so like this, like sentence 1 conjunction, sentence 2. So conjunction we use it as a hook. Okay, there इसलिए we do this, this is called a hook, and we underline this and we underline this. Okay, we use it as hook. Okay, so you understood, right? Concept of hook. You may just write this slide. Okay, so add conjunctions to the list of non-binders.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so अभी बस दो और non-binders हैं. So who, where, when, which. Okay, so look at the first sentence. The man is standing. So यहाँ ये है segment, noun वाला segment, क्योंकि man is the noun, the is the binder, तो मैं बोलता हूँ this is a segment. It's a noun segment, right? Similarly, if you see who generally represents a name of a person, or it's a person. Okay, who is generally a person. So मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, I'm saying the man, I used a comma, then again there's a comma here, and I use the word who, and I'm adding some detail here. What is the detail? Who came yesterday to my home. Okay, and then I say is standing. Now basically this is just the man is standing, but here I have added details using the word who. Right? Similarly, here I have used the word where for this place, because where is used for a place. Who is for a person, where is for a place. Now when yesterday, yesterday is a time,
Okay.
right? So time, and therefore we use when.
Okay.
Okay. Similarly, the pen, which is a thing, things get which.
Okay.
So ये who, where, when, which you can remember in the order of name, place, time, thing.
Thing. Okay.
Okay. The man who came yesterday to my home is standing. This place where the milk is spilled all over is terrible. Yesterday, when I was going to school, I met her. The pen, uh, which is this actually there's a easy here. I'm sorry. Which
Mm-hmm.
is in blue color, is expensive.
Okay.
Okay. So what can I do with who, where, when, which as noun binders? Whenever you see a noun,
Mm-hmm.
okay, or a noun segment, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can actually start adding more details by adding these words.
Okay.
Okay. And
Yes.
depending upon whether it's a name or a place or time or thing,
Mm-hmm.
you can actually use the appropriate word and add greater detail.
Mm-hmm.
That's how a sentence like the man is standing is a very simple sentence. Now, by adding details like the man who came yesterday to my home is standing, see, now you have added great detail to this.
Okay.
Okay, so that is how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, therefore we call who, where, when, which as non binders.
Okay.
Okay, so before I go ahead, uh, can I remove the markers?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, right, take it down.
Yes.
Are you done?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, nice. So next one. Uh, you can actually notice key these words help in adding that extra, I'm sorry, extra detail to the noun. Like, notice the name, place, time, thing are
Time.
all nouns, right? They all are nouns, right?
Yes.
And using these words, we can actually add more details to this nouns. Okay.
Yes.
So this is how the form segments look like. कि यहाँ noun आएगा,
Mm-hmm.
noun के बाद वो comma आएगा. Depending
Mm-hmm.
upon the type of noun, whether it's a name, place, time, or thing,
Mm-hmm.
you will get who, where, when, or which will have some detail, and the
Mm-hmm.
detail ends with a comma, and then the rest of the sentence continues from here.
Okay.
Okay. So you can I want you to write exactly what you see here, just to help you understand कि ये who where when which वाले segments कैसा होता है, ऐसे ही लिखो जैसा दिखता है.
ऐसे लिखो.
हाँ. The segments rules are very easy. We have lots to learn, but they're easy.
Done.
Okay. So we can add who, where, when, which to the list of non-binders, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the final one under non-binders is phrase of adverb. Okay.
Yes.
So ready?
Mm,
So phrase of adverb. Before we get started into, let us observe few sentences here. Like say, it started raining. Now that's a very simple sentence. Now let us say I add some detail here and say, suddenly it started raining. Now suddenly, since it ends with an ly, is an adverb. Okay, this we have learned in adverbs. Like if verbs that end with ly are adverbs for verbs. Okay. So what I'm trying to say here is ki before the sentence started, the actual sentence started here. But even before the sentence started, I can get an adverb like this. Like,
yes.
so instead of suddenly, let us say, I use some group of words like this. Due to monsoon season, it started raining. So the actual sentence actually begins from here. Okay. Now just like suddenly, which started before, even before the sentence started, yahan bhi these words came suddenly, was replaced with due to monsoon. Okay. So if this is adverb, that means even these words are also acting as adverbs.
Yes.
See, suddenly is an adverb. Due to monsoon is a group of words. They are also acting as adverb, just like suddenly. Yes. Okay. Group of words that are acting like adverbs, they are called phrase. Phrase is nothing but group of words. Since a group of words are acting as adverbs, we call them as phrase of adverb. So here in this case, due to monsoon is the phrase of adverb. Okay, understood? Due to monsoon is a phrase of adverb. So what is phrase of adverb? It's nothing but a group of words that act as adverb and वो sentence से पहले आता है. Okay. I will allow you to write. Let me just continue this so that you'll understand better. For example, look at this. This is how you do the segmentation. Okay. You actually generally use square brackets for phrase of adverb. Okay. So if so the actual segmentation, see यहाँ अगर मैं segment करता हूँ, so this is how I would do MM segments. Okay. But since I understand कि due to monsoon season is phrase of adverb, I use this. Okay. So the phrase of adverb must be treated as a MMN segment, and it generally comes before the beginning of the sentence. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now you may write. Do you want to write this or do you want to write this? Okay. Are you done?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll just show you how a phrase of adverb start. What are the types of phrasal verbs that you usually have? Okay. So generally, a phrase of adverb starts with a conjunction. Okay. So let's just like we have seen that because is a conjunction, right? So because of weather conditions, it started raining. So what we do here, we just say कि this is acting as phrase of adverb,
Okay.
and phrase of adverb usually ends with a comma. Okay,
Okay.
so I can take this as the end of phrase of adverb, and the actual sentence starts here. So
Okay.
because of weather conditions is a phrase of verb, and it started with conjunction. Yes.
Yes.
Similarly, look at the second one. To make things worse, it started raining. Now it started with two. Okay,
Okay.
it started with
Two.
two. So two is a preposition. Okay.
Yeah.
Generally, like when they start with preposition, like by telling you it started raining. Now I can treat by telling you as phrase of adverb. Okay. If a sentence starts with a preposition, if a sentence starts with a conjunction, it means it will end at some part within that sentence, indicating that it's a phrase of adverb. ओके सो अगर कंजक्शन से शुरू होता है या प्रीपोजिशन से शुरू होता है देन यू मस्ट बिकम अलर्ट एनफ टू फाइंड वेयर डज दिस फ्रेज ऑफ एडवर्ब एंड okay got it similarly a sentence usually doesn't start with a gerund or a participle when they start with conjunction or a preposition and sometimes if usually a sentence doesn't start with a gerund or adjective a participle अगर like जैसे कि yeah you can see the third one हाँ driving into the beach driving into the beach see it started with driving okay similarly here if you see it started with spoken by the reporter it started raining now usually they don't start like this okay with a gerund or participle but if they are starting it means it's a phrase of adverb and it will end at some point it's like you see that comma there you know driving into the beach there's a comma spoken by the reporter there's a comma it indicates that he listen I have ended here and the actual sentence would start now so what are the four types of phrasal verbs conjunction preposition gerund or participle okay these are the four phrases of adverbs okay uh, how to identify you can actually identify like this when you actually look at the first word of a sentence and if it is a conjunction a preposition or a gerund or a participle start looking for the comma where it ends sometimes you know it doesn't come with a comma some people write it that way but that's fine you have to make out where the comma comes and understand that till there it's a phrase of adverb
Yeah.
okay
Yeah.
so since he was weak to avoid injuries turning to me beaten by villagers no, these are phrase of adverbs why I say these are phrase of adverbs uh,
Can I take one call?
because even without these you can actually
Yes.
write the sentence yes you can so how to identify is very simple if you see the sentences starting with these words conjunction preposition gerund or participle it is a phrase of adverb how can I also say that it's a phrase of adverb if I remove the phrase of adverb the sentence is still complete like if you see here he since he was weak he came late right I remove the phrase of adverb part since he was weak kya bacha he came late that's still a sentence
Okay.
so that means I am right since he was weak is a phrase of adverb
Okay.
ऐसा भी हम identify कर सकते हैं
Mm-hmm.
okay wear helmet before driving that's a complete sentence
Mm-hmm.
he looked happily into my eyes the
Mm-hmm.
thief looked very tired now see they are still complete sentences even without the first part
Mm-hmm.
therefore phrase of adverbs are nothing but they add detail to the sentence okay since a sentence is a noun
Mm-hmm.
right therefore we treat a phrase of adverb as a noun binder so phrase of adverbs as such doesn't come to a noun वो एक noun के साथ attach होते या bind होते नहीं आता है वो एक sentence को bind होते आ रहा है क्योंकि एक sentence भी एक noun है so on a broad sense we say a phrase of adverb is also a noun binder okay I want you to write this slide first and then this okay write this first
अब अभी पढ़ा लीजिए
okay
बाद में लिख लूंगा.
Okay.
ठीक है.
So that completes noun binders, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now we have verb binders and adjective binders. Okay. We can quickly finish this. Just observe carefully. Okay.
Yeah.
Verb binders. The first verb binder is to. Okay. What we mean by a verb binder कि जब भी to आएगा इसका मतलब उसके बाद एक verb आएगा.
Okay.
So for example, look at the first sentence. He is running. Running is a verb.
Okay.
Okay. Running is
Yeah.
a running is a verb. So running to catch. Okay. Running to catch. Now that is a verb again. So to के बाद verb आया. He exercises to reduce weight. So see now to again you got a noun. I'm sorry, a verb. Okay. He came to meet me. Came is verb. Meet is also verb, and they are joined because of verb binder to. He was beaten to tell the truth. Beaten again tell. So the general segment, verb segment is like this: verb to verb. Verb आएगा, to आएगा, then verb आएगा. Okay. So the second verb binder is adverb. Okay. For example, like he is running slowly. So when I get the verb running, I just need not leave this word like this and I can attach an adverb. एक verb को ऐसे छोड़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. You can make it more comprehensive by adding to or by adding adverbs. Like they are coming. I can even say, I can add some detail like they are coming swiftly, they're coming angrily, they're coming slow, they're coming fast. So she was singing how? She was singing sweetly. So the segment is adverb and verb. Okay, so a verb can come with to or a verb can come with adverb. Okay, so again, there are few more segments for verb that can happen. For example, like eating and doing. Now, if you see here, eating banana and doing homework.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is, after a verb, I'm actually getting an object, banana. I'm doing. What am I doing? Homework. So that's a noun, right? Banana is a noun और homework भी एक noun है. So verb के बाद एक noun आ सकता है. या फिर like say in the examples below, flying in the sky, dancing on the floor, sleeping on the bed. Flying, dancing and sleeping are verbs and sky, floor and bed are nouns for those verbs. They're binded, एक noun आया एक verb के बाद एक noun आ सकता है and they have come, but preposition बीच में आता है. Okay, flying in the sky, dancing on the floor, sleeping on the bed. Now, if you also notice, सिर्फ एक preposition आने के बाद एक noun आ सकता है, right? Right? A preposition आने के बाद एक noun आ सकता है. तो हम एक verb and noun जो है verb and noun and preposition noun if you combine, that is what you'll get. Verb, preposition and noun. So either verb and noun is a segment or verb, preposition, noun is a segment. Okay. So sometimes if you look here, these are the examples we discussed before, right? Now if you see the examples here, okay, like you get the verb helping and you get the verb me, helping her. Now me and her are pronoun 3, right? Now again we can also get a verb, preposition, and instead of a noun I can get a pronoun 3, like talking to me, playing with her. Okay, now these are pronoun 3s. So what I'm trying to say is verb के बाद जो noun आता है वो जो rule है, a noun can also be a pronoun, right? I mean that is the concept of a pronoun. That pronoun is a substitute for noun. So that means after verb you can get a noun, which also means after verb you can get a pronoun 3, or you can get a verb, preposition and also pronoun 3. Just like how you got verb, preposition and noun at the last here, similarly you can get a verb, preposition and pronoun 3 here. So these are the next possible segments for verbs. Okay, so we have like 4 segments for verbs. One is either you can get a to, or you can get an adverb, or you can get a noun, or you can get a pronoun 3. Not all pronouns, but just pronoun 3. Okay, because see, remember we write pronoun here also, but these are pronoun 2s actually. And these are pronoun 3s. That's the difference. Okay, these are noun binders and these are verb binders. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to quickly write this? Haan. Just write it under verb binders.
Okay.
Okay. So finally we have adjective binders. Okay. Adjective binders are nothing but adverbs.
Okay.
एडवर्ब एक वर्ब के बारे में बताता है या एक एडजेक्टिव के बारे में बताता है.
Okay.
फॉर एग्जाम्पल ही इज गुड. गुड इज एडजेक्टिव. He
Yeah.
is very good. Now very is adverb.
Yeah.
They are nice. They are quite nice. I will be punctual. I will be punctual later. So adverb, adjective. Got it? So what does that mean? If I see an adjective, I can immediately attach an adverb with it. Yes, yes.
Yes.
So can I say an adverb and adjective is also a segment?
Yes.
But we have already learned before that a noun and adjective can come together,
Okay.
right? Like a boy, we can say a good boy, or girl, a cute girl. Okay, an adjective noun is already a pair. Now we are saying, adjective can come with an adverb. So I can say he's a very good boy.
Okay.
She's a cute girl indeed. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to attach an adverb with an adjective with a noun.
Okay.
So that's a compound segment. Adjective noun is a simple segment. Adverb adjective is a simple segment again. If I combine them both, I get an adverb, adjective, and noun segment. Like the examples you can see here. Okay, you can actually write these as you pause the video and write later. Okay, so what I can say is we have completed this table: noun binders, verb binders, and adjective binders. Okay, adjective binders are nothing but adverbs. Okay, now to help you understand better, let us see all the segments at once. Okay, so first we know that an article. Okay, where's my marker? Okay, I'm really sorry. First we can see that an article noun, that's a segment. Yeah, adjective noun is a segment, and a pronoun noun is also a segment, right? Yeah, we can compound them and say an article and adjective noun is a segment. Yeah, pronoun adjective noun is a segment. Or sometimes you can do comma and off, like noun, 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 and noun. Is that whenever you get list like this, you get comma and, right? You got a comma and finally you can see here noun of noun, right? Noun of noun. So off is a segment. I mean that this is a non-binder which helps in this segment. So these are the possible segments you have. Again we have who, where, when, which segments, where you get noun comma who, noun comma where, or noun comma when, noun comma which. This noun सिर्फ एक simple noun भी नहीं, it can be a MMN segment also. सिर्फ एक, like it's not, it just need not be the boy, it can be the fast development which took place in the last 5 years. ऐसा भी हो सकता है. Means that noun itself can be a segment that you're already seeing. Okay, and then we have conjunctions which say sentence 1, sentence conjunction, sentence 2, right? We use this as a hook. Okay, yes, we use it as a hook. Finally, phrase of adverb. Phrase of adverbs, we have 4 types of phrase of adverbs, right? One starting with conjunction, few starting with preposition, or starting with gerund, or starting with participle. They all are phrase of adverbs. Okay, you can pause this video later and take these notes down. This is a very important part of the entire video that you're watching. ये जो list of noun segments है एक separate page में लिखिए. Okay, similarly I'm showing a list of verb segments and adjective segments. Okay, verb segments are verb to verb आ सकता है, या adverb to verb आ सकता है, या adverb verb to adverb verb. I mean I can just add adverb wherever I see a verb. Okay, that's a compound. The last one is a compound segment. Similarly for adjective, the adverb comes for an adjective. Since an adjective comes for a noun, I can compound it and write it as adverb adjective noun also. So what you're trying to see here in the last 2 slides are nothing but the list of all possible segments, including their compound segments. Now this will help you to identify segments within a sentence easily in the second part of the MMN, which is nothing but the sentence formation, where we will actually learn the sentence formation technique. Okay, so done. We are done with MMN. That's all about segments so far. Congrats. What is your homework now? Now your homework is write on the entire MMN rules table. Okay, what we have been writing here, this is the MMN rules table. Okay, also I want you to write, if you want you can actually write your own examples as you write this table, but just write this table and write the segments table like this, the noun segments and the verb segments and adjective segments. Okay, so write the MMN rules table once and write the MMN segment table with twice.
Okay.
I mean, just the segment table. You don't, I mean, if you feel you need to write examples, that's well and good. But this is your homework with MMN. Okay. So thank you for watching this video so long and trying to learn MMN. If you're learning online, is not your preferred way, you may choose to come to our physical classes at Dilshad Nagar in Hyderabad. You can connect with me on Facebook at Vegetavaran. That's my phone number. You may also like our Facebook page at Kevin's Spoken English, which is offering the complete language learning system. Do not miss any of my videos. Subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the subscribe button below. Do your homework, whatever it takes, just do it. Remember, you're doing the complete language learning system. Whatever, just go ahead and do it. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end.